back to Consumer Update. Well, if you're in the market for a new home, our next guest may actually save you money on your mortgage. Joining me today is Holly Garrett from GTE Financial. So that's good news for first-time home buyers.
Absolutely.
But before we get into that, I know there is a lot of misconceptions about what a credit union is versus a bank.
Sure.
So I just want to get that right off the table so people know that they can actually save money.
Yes, absolutely. Credit unions have been around mostly since the 1930s. They were sort of created during the Great Depression for folks that didn't have a lot of money. And it was a way for folks to pool their resources to get loans when they really didn't have a whole lot of options.
Now, and I think the key difference that I've learned is that it's not a bank.
It's not a bank.
There aren't shareholders.
That's right.
We're the shareholders.
Exactly.
Which is a whole new concept for most people.
Yeah, so we take our profits and we return them to our members in the form of lower rates, better dividends for your savings accounts, things like that.
And that leads us into the next question.
Yes.
Lower rates. Tell us a little bit about why a first-time buyer should consider going to a credit union.
Credit unions are not going to take advantage of you. Because of our not-for-profit nature, we're going to offer you a very fair deal for your home buying needs. We're going to give you a loan that you can afford. We're going to make sure that we don't put you into a loan that you can't afford. We want you to stay in that home. We want to be a partner of yours for your entire life, whether you're somebody right out of college or somebody ready for retirement. And so during those years when you're ready to buy a home, we want to be your partner. And we can make you a loan that you'll be able to afford and stay in the home for as long as you want.
No, and I think that's key, and I'm going to keep stressing it because, like I said, so many people, there's this misconception that credit unions, you need to belong to a certain group.
Not at all. GTE Financial has been in the Tampa Bay area since the 1930s, and we have an open membership. So pretty much anyone can join. We do have some requirements in order to become a member, but it's not closed. You can certainly come to us. You do not need to be a member to apply for a loan, and we're very happy to be a partner in the Tampa Bay market.
No, and that's very interesting that you just said you don't have to be a member to actually first
That's
apply.
exactly.
So
Certainly.
it's a win-win. They have nothing to lose to either come in, go online. Tell me a little bit about the application process because it's super
Certainly.
easy.
Yeah, you know, everybody wants to apply in a little different way. Some folks want to talk to someone face-to-face. Others really are comfortable with the online resources. It's really up to you. If you'd rather talk to somebody on the phone, go online, or go see someone face-to-face, we have all the options available.
And they're super easy.
They are so easy. I think our online application has about 12 questions, and they're
Really?
they're really basic. What's your name? What's your social security number? Date of birth? Where do you work? Those types of things. And obviously, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to buy a home, or are you trying to refinance your mortgage? And we do have a full suite of options available for mortgages. We're not limited because we're a smaller credit union. We have everything that a big bank has and more.
So now we kind of laid to rest the whole myths about the credit union.
Yes.
Obviously, anybody can join, which is fabulous, and take advantage of the lower interest rates and different things
fees.
that you, yeah.
Sure.
Now there's some myths for first-time home buyers too. What are
That's
some
true.
of those myths?
A lot of folks come to us and they think that they need an FHA loan, which is basically, it's sort of been advertised as a loan for a first-time home buyer. But they're actually a little bit more costly than some of the options we have for first-time home buyers.
Okay.
Another thing is we are willing to work with the city and county programs for down payment assistance. So we are willing to take the time to do the research to make sure that if you need down payment assistance, we can help you get it. So we do have a lot of things that we do a little bit above and beyond the cookie cutter options.
Well, it sounds to me like you guys are really customer oriented because obviously we own you, which is an interesting perspective. Tell us a little bit about GT Financial's kind of their theory on that because it's a bit different.
Yeah, if you become a member of GTE, it's a membership. It's not. You're not a customer of ours. You're a member, and we all share an equal interest in the credit union. Whether you're an employee who's a member or a member that's been with us for a long time, we all have an interest in seeing the credit union do well because when the credit union does well, we get better rates and better better discounts and more dividends. And so it's something that we all share in.
Now you also have a lot of different loan options, which I think is key.
Yes.
And you know, they can get loan options that bring their mortgage down to as low as 3%, which for first-time buyers is kind of crazy. It's crazy good.
The 3% down payment, yeah, absolutely. You know, a few years back, that was just unheard of in the Florida market.
Totally.
And GTE was a partner during that time, and we helped our members through difficult times. But as soon as we were able to decrease the amount of a down payment that first-time home buyers or home buyers needed to put down on a new home, we were quick to do that. As soon as we could reduce that down payment, we did. And so right now, you only need to put 3% down to buy a home in most cases.
Amazing. It's very doable for a homeowner.
It is. It's very doable, especially when you look at the low prices that are in our marketplace right now.
Yeah. And tell us a little bit about their other options like the 5-5 ARM.
Yes, you know, a lot of folks are sort of afraid of an adjustable rate mortgage because they've heard horror stories about the rates adjusting too high, and then they went into payment shock because they couldn't afford their home any longer. Well, again, we're a non-predatory lender, so we want to put you into a loan that you're going to be able to pay. So we do have what we call a 5-5 ARM product. The rate can adjust 2% after the first 5 years, and then it could adjust again in the following 5 years. So your rate is fixed for 5 years. Now most people stay in a home for about 7 years. And so over the 10 years, it can only adjust up 2%. So it's really not one of those aggressive ARM products that could get you in trouble.
And Zane, before we wrap this up, I also want to talk about the whole process being very quick.
Yeah.
And the fact that you let them have paperwork in advance, 5 days in advance.
Yeah, 5 days in advance. You know, when you buy a home, it's very nerve-wracking. You want to know how much you need to bring to the table at closing. You want to have a lot of those questions answered ahead of time. You don't want to have, 2 hours before you're closing and you're scrambling to come up with more money. So what we do is we provide a 5-day HUD. We give you all the information that you need 5 days prior to your closing in a purchase transaction.
Gives them plenty of time to look over it. Now also you have 21 locations. So if they don't want to stop in, how else do they find you? How do they find you online?
You can find us online on gtefinancial.org. So www.gtefinancial.org. You can call us at 888-871-2690. For applying for a mortgage, that extension is 40407.
So there's no excuse. You can either drive by online or by the phone.
Absolutely.
Thank you again for coming in. A lot of great information. And of course, we'll have more right after this short break.